Hello. I am here today to discuss Thomas Jefferson in our series of men and women who are influential in the history of education. Thomas Jefferson, you may best know as the third president of the United States, and you may have most recently seen him on your nickel. However, Thomas Jefferson did a lot more than that. Thomas Jefferson was one of the authors of the Declaration of Independence. He was ambassador to France during the Revolution and helped secure their alliance in what ultimately helped win us the war. He was also instrumental in establishing the Bill of Rights. He believed that there were certain inalienable rights that should be preserved and secured for every single citizen in the United States. Thomas Jefferson believed that every single free man and woman in the United States should receive a level of education. In rural America, education was not commonly given to all levels of persons. If a person was a farmer or worked with his hands and was considered a lower level caste, they were often only taught at home by their mother to read and write in order to help support the home work, the home job. Thomas Jefferson believed that in order to secure the freedom and happiness of the republic he wished to create, there had to be a diffusion of knowledge to all people. Every single man and child, free man and child, needed to receive a level of education, of history, of mathematics, of language, in order to become an educated citizen that would then know what was going on in DC and be able to keep an eye on their politicians. He believed that education would create a more knowledgeable and more moral citizen that would then become the politicians or keep an eye on the politicians in order to ensure that the United States government does not become what he saw European governments become, this elitist aristocracy that did not allow every single citizen to have a say and did not protect the rights of all those citizens either. Thomas Jefferson believed that it was the duty of every single citizen to make sure that the United States did not become the same thing that they had just fought to free themselves from. Thomas Jefferson continued this fight by he attended the College of William and Mary and did not find his education to be satisfactory. So Thomas Jefferson wrote a bill. He wrote a bill in order to amend the Constitution of the College of William and Mary in Virginia, and he wrote it in order to broaden their scope. The college was one that created moral students and focused primarily on religion and the Bible. Thomas Jefferson believed that especially in this elite college, they needed to focus on more well-rounded students. So his bill was created to diffuse that education a little bit further with history, mathematics, languages, philosophy, all kinds of different stuff. This bill, however, did not succeed, but this bill was foundational in his future endeavors to create a public school system. Thomas Jefferson believed that not only should men and women in the United States be educated, he believed they should not have to pay for it. Virginia was not happy with this idea. They put up barriers everywhere Thomas Jefferson attempted to create this public education system, but ultimately this influence was felt when Thomas Jefferson created the University of Virginia. The University of Virginia was the epitome of everything Thomas Jefferson wanted to create. He felt that this is one of his greatest accomplishments. In fact, Thomas Jefferson, who designed his own tombstone, wrote, "Here lies Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration of Independence and the Statute of Virginia for religious freedom, and the father of the University of Virginia." This was one of his proudest moments and proudest accomplishments because he created a university that he felt was the model for all future universities. While Thomas Jefferson did feel pride over this creation, which he really should, the University of Virginia was quite the accomplishment, there are certain critiques over Thomas Jefferson's perception of education. Many people believe that he was more of an ideas guy. He really put forward all these ideas of public education, educating all people, but didn't really follow through with how There is also a critique that must be made that Thomas Jefferson believed that only free men and women should be educated. He, while often saying that he did not believe in slavery, that it should be abolished, never did take any kind of steps to actually accomplish that, and actually died with his slaves without freeing them. There are certain things that our forefathers have done that we are not particularly proud of. However, we must keep that in perspective as we view what they did. The University of Virginia and this ongoing legacy of belief in education for all is a legacy that is still felt and seen in today's educational society.